Open the script folder and right-click to create a C# script called Game Manager. Also create an empty game object called Game Manager. And reset the transform and attach Game Manager script here. Now double-click to open this script in Visual Studio. Remove the start and update function. Now write serialize field private transform call finish line. Serialize field private camera polo. And serialize field private stickman call stickman. Save this script and go back to the editor. Now drag our main camera object here and stickman object here. Let's create a finish line. So find the finish line image. Make sure to change filter mode to point no filter. Now drag this inside the hierarchy and change draw mode to tile. Now set the width and height and place it here. Change this component name to finish line. Now select Game Manager and drag our dash line object here. Go back to the Visual Studio. Add serialize field private game object called player and serialize field private game object called particle effect. Create a start method and write stickman is equal to player.getComponent stickman. Create private vector 3 called init position and set init pose is equal to player.transform.position. Now create an update method. Go to the stickman script. Here we need to get this bool variable. We can't access this right now because it's a private variable. So create a function called public getStick and here simply return stick. Now go back to the game manager and inside the update check if stickman.getStick is equal to false. Check one more statement inside this. If player.transform.position.x is smaller than -5, then we need to reset the game. Here -5 means if player go to the left direction beyond the camera, then we need to restart the game. Now create a private void restart game function and call this function here. Same like this we did for the left direction, we need to call reset game function when player go beyond the camera y-axis. So check if player.transform.position.y is smaller than -5. If this statement is true, then run the reset function here. Let's check this. So I like -6 instead of -5. Now let's create a will logic. So check if finish line.position.x is smaller than player.transform.position.x and create a private bool one and add here. Don't forget this exclamation mark and set the one is true here. Now create a private void win function and call it here. Now open the stickman script, create a public void reset, set vector 3 parameter call init position. Here set rb.velocity is equal to vector 2.0, rb.angular velocity to 0, game object.transform.position to init position, game object.transform.rotation to new quaternion 0 0 0 0, Now go to the game manager. Inside the reset game function, write stickman.reset and add here init position. So this is it for the reset game logic. Now let's write a win logic inside the win function. So when player passes the finish line, we need to slow his movement, play the particle effect, slow camera movement, and finish the level. So let's tackle this one by one. First, let's add a particle effect.set active to true. Also, set particle effect.transform.parent is to null. Now create a enumerator finish level function. Here, write return new and wait for at least 3 seconds. And add scene manager.load scene, add index to 0, which is the current scene right now, and call this function here. Now let's slow the player movement. So save the script and go to the Stickman script. Create a public void win with float parameter called speedwin. Let's create a private bool one variable, make this false. Inside the start, initialize this to false as well. And inside the update, check if one is not true, only then we need to call check input function. Now inside the win function, set one is true and sprite render.flipx is equal to false. rb.gravity scale to 0 and gameObject.transform.Euler angles is equal to locate 2D and rb.velocity, or rb.velocity is equal to rb.velocity.normalize multiply with speed win, and rb.angular velocity is to 0. And at the last, set sprite render.sprite is to win sprite. Now call this function in the game manager. Stickman.win. Now create a serialized field private float speed on win and add this variable here. Let's slow the camera movement. So open the camera follow script, create a public void win. Inside this, set the max offset to 0, gameObject.transform.position is equal to new vector 3 player.transform.position.x, player.transform.position.y, and gameObject.transform.position.z. Now write camera, call this cam, and get the camera component here. Now set cam.orthographic size divide equal to 2.5. Create public float orthographic size after win and set this to 2.5. Now add this variable instead of this hard value. Save the script and go to the game manager. Now call camera follow dot win function. That's it. Save the script and go to the Unity. Select the game manager object. Actually, we don't need to serialize the Stickman reference here, so remove the serialize field. Now add Stickman object here and set speed on win to 0.2. Now right click in the hierarchy and add a particle effect here. Also, drag particle object inside the game manager. We can create an effect later, but first, let's test the game. So as you can see, now it's working. You can customize the finish line and move it anywhere in the X direction.